Hey friends, this is Boomy here. In this video, I just wanted to address what I believe are the keys to effective skill acquisition. Step 1, setting prioritized goals. An example of my personal prioritization is with Crown Tourney coming up in the next couple of weeks. The last few weeks, I have been dialing back the fencing and grappling practices and instead going to more armored practices. If you don't know your own goals and their respective priorities, I recommend that you take some time to be introspective. A great way to do so is to write down a list of both short and longer term goals and rank them in order of importance. Setting prioritized goals is first on the list because it creates a framework for every other decision and should be regularly revisited. 2. Practice makes permanent. I tell my students this, I tell my clients this. The ideal is to always be using the best practice for whatever your highest priority goal may be. Resources such as coaches and video review make a massive difference in making sure you're applying the best practice in any given skill. I've observed way too many people who put in practice, but it results in ingraining poor habits which then have to be unlearned in the future. Number 3, make practice efficient. Can you think of someone you've met who's regularly practiced a physical pursuit for many years, but they seem to be at a plateau? I bet most of you can, and so can I. We're all sometimes guilty of inefficient practice habits, but there are a couple of ways I try to make practice more efficient. A, use diagnostic tools to troubleshoot your game. An example, if you get hit or you get tapped, are you able to articulate what led to the moment? Was it range or measure control which put you in a disadvantageous position? Did your opponent have a mechanical advantage in some way? Did they use leverage for their benefit? Could you tell if you were set up by your opponent, or was it an opening that you unintentionally left? This is where consulting video, a more experienced person, or a coach adds immense value to the skill acquisition journey. B, another way to add efficiency is to shoot for a 40 to 60% failure rate. For example, with a triangle, if I don't remember which side, whether neck side or arm side, to place a knot, when I attempt the technique in sparring and fail 100% of the time because I don't remember the basics of how to set it up, then my skill gains are lessened compared to time spent just drilling the triangle until I understand and am comfortable with the specifics of the movement. With most techniques, begin by drilling on your own or with a compliant partner, and then add some low resistance to the technique as you continue to up the resistance until you can employ the technique in a sparring context. You can then take that technique and apply it to a less experienced sparring partner until you find some success. From there, attempt to apply it to an increasingly more challenging sparring partner. The goal is to avoid a 0 and 100% failure rate for optimal growth. Number 4, make practice intentional. To have an efficient and effective practice, I believe you have to set intent before every practice session. In all of my pursuits, I've always taken a minute to read my most recent notes so that I, in my mind, can refresh the last action I was working on before I step on the mat or put on a helm. An often forgotten aspect of setting intention is to clearly communicate with the sparring partner the goals for the bout. You can ask them to bring their best and fight with intensity of a tournament, or you can ask them to give you repetition in order for you to build that neuromuscular connection to give you the best return on investment of your time and your effort. I hope that these points help you on your journey toward mastery of a skill. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. Goodbye.